So we are going to expand on our method that we looked at for the past couple of days. We're going to use the column method for multiplication in expanded form. So we're going to look at 246 times 4. Now this gets slightly trickier because it's 3 digits, but it's actually the same method. So we need to follow those same steps. Step 1. We need to put it into the column. Okay, that's the first step we need to do. So we place it into the column, leaving the gap underneath the actual number sentence and leaving some space on the left hand side. Times 4. Making sure I've got those columns set up nicely for the rest of the question. Right, and then step 2 is we need to do the ones, the tens and the hundreds down the side. So 246, we're just going to look at the 6 times 4. So 6 times 4, I'm going to write it in brackets here, and 6 times 4, 6, 12, 18, 24. Now the key part here, I'm going to make sure the 2's are in the tens column and the 4's are in the ones column. So you can see they're lined up perfectly, so the value of each digit is still respected. Right, then we're going to do the tens. So we've got 40 times 4 here on the next row down. Now 40 times 4, 4 times 4 is 16, so 40 times 4 is 160. Being very careful to get my 100 in the correct column. 6 tens, no ones, making sure they still line up perfectly. Sometimes I see some people drawing the columns down, and that's a good idea as well, to make sure that they are perfectly positioned in that column. Right, now we need to look at the hundreds. So we've got 200, next row down, 200 multiplied by 4. So again, 2 times 4 is 8, so 20 times 4 is 80, 200 times 4 is 800. So again, respecting that position of the digits, and there we go. So step 3, we must add them all together now. We've split them apart and multiplied them. Now we've got to add them back together. So I've got 4 add 0 is 4. 2 plus 6 is 8, plus 0 is 8. And then this is a nothing here, plus 1 is 1, plus 8 is 9. Okay, so the answer is 984. My top tips are: make sure at all times you're respecting those columns. If they get a bit misaligned, that's where errors creep in. And also to make sure you're writing the brackets down, because if you get distracted or lose where you are or have to come back to it, it's a good reminder of which ones you've done and which ones need to come next. And then my last top tip is to use that pattern of, if 4 times 4 is 16, let's write it down. If 4 times 4 is 16, then 40 times 4 is 160. Because this 40 is 10 times bigger than this 4, the answer is 10 times bigger than the previous one as well. Okay, right, good luck.